Got an exercise for you to try today called the rotational med ball shot put. So we use this exercise with some of the hockey players that I work with here, some of the baseball players and golfers before it as well. It's a great exercise, great power exercise to train outside of the sagittal plane. We're going to be in the frontal and transverse plane here. We know that power, it can be plane specific, so this is real good for those rotational sport athletes. So I'll show you how that's done now. So what we'll do, we'll set up, make sure that the kind of ball you're using, or you know what kind of ball you're using. This one has some bounce, not a ton. If you're using a dead ball, you know it's a dead ball. If you got one that's got a lot of bounce to it, make sure you're aware before that comes flying back at you. So what we're going to do is set up with this ball. I'm going to be about maybe 4 feet or so, approximately from the wall. I want to get my feet a little bit wider than hip width, okay? So I'm going to start with the ball kind of holding in my left hand, but I'm going to be throwing with my right. So first step I'm going to say is to get that weight back to that back foot. So throughout this exercise, we're going to work on a weight transfer that's going to go from your back foot to your front foot to the wall, like that, okay? So I'm going to have my weight on my back foot. My starting position with my hand and my elbow is up. That's going to be another big point too that we're going to talk about in a second. So what we want to do is kind of push the ball to the wall like that, not necessarily throw it, okay? So if we do it in real time, it's going to look like this. So a big cue that I like to use with guys for their upper body at least to stay safe and healthy is to keep that elbow up and to aim straight ahead or slightly down on the wall. So what happens there, if we aim straight ahead, we know that our elbow's staying up. Or if we aim down, we know that our elbow's up or slightly about, or at least at shoulder height. What I see with the kids that I work with is that sometimes the ball can be too heavy, so we do have lighter balls for, to make that a better option. What happens is, if that elbow gets tilted down, they end up throwing the ball up. And what happens there too is they end up trying to just toss the ball like it's a baseball. So a baseball weighs 5 ounces and does enough damage and stress to your elbow and shoulder. I have an 8-pound ball in my hand. If I try to throw that like a baseball, I'm putting a ton of valgus stress on my elbow and stress on my shoulder as well. So that's no good. That's why we're going to keep that elbow up here. So we're pushing the ball to the wall like this. So that's why I know that if guys are throwing it up, I know that their elbow fell down short like this. If guys are throwing straight ahead, I know that they were able to keep their elbow up. So I'll tell them to keep their elbow up, throw straight ahead, and to push the ball to the wall, not just throw it like that. So give this exercise a try, guys, with some of your athletes, or try it yourself. It's a great exercise for power in the frontal plane.